The Zephyrian war fleet descended through the atmosphere of Kepler 442b like metallic vultures, their sensors detecting nothing more threatening than vast agricultural fields and simple farming settlements. Admiral Kexton allowed himself a satisfied click of his mandibles. After 18 months of brutal warfare across 7 star systems, finally, an easy victory. Scan confirms minimal defensive installations, reported his tactical officer. Population approximately 50,000 humans. No military vessels detected, standard farming equipment only. The humans had been surprisingly resilient opponents, their makeshift fleet somehow holding back the technologically superior Zephyrian hegemony across multiple fronts. But this remote colony appeared exactly as intelligence had suggested, a simple agricultural world supplying food to the human war effort. Excellent. We'll capture their food production facilities intact and use them to supply our own forces. Send the surrender demand. The communication was brief, transmitted in standard galactic trade language. This is Admiral Kexton of the Zephyrian hegemony. Your world is surrounded. Surrender immediately or face total annihilation. The response came within moments, crackling through their communication array with an unmistakably human accent. This is Governor Sarah Chen of Kepler Colony. We're just farmers here, Admiral. We don't want any trouble. Kexton's 4 eyes gleamed with satisfaction. Fear in the human's voice. Good. This would be over quickly. You have 10 minutes to power down all systems and prepare for occupation. Any resistance will be met with orbital bombardment. Understood, Admiral. We'll comply. The Zephyrian fleet maintained position in high orbit, their massive dreadnoughts casting shadows across the golden wheat fields below. Kexton studied the peaceful agricultural landscape through his viewport, already calculating how much food production could be redirected to Zephyrian worlds. Sir, his communications officer interrupted, we're receiving multiple distress signals from across our territory. What kind of distress signals? It's confusing, sir. Reports of massive explosions at our military installations, fortress worlds going dark, fleet bases gone. Kexton's mandibles clicked nervously. Impossible. Our intelligence shows all human military assets are engaged at the Proxima front. Admiral, the tactical officer's voice cracked with something approaching panic. I'm reading massive energy signatures from the planet's surface. They're not farming equipment, sir. I don't know what they are. On the main screen, the peaceful agricultural colony began to transform. What had appeared to be simple grain silos split open like mechanical flowers, revealing gleaming metal structures beneath. Irrigation systems retracted into the ground, and in their place, arrays of dishes and transmission equipment rose from concealed bunkers. Governor Chen, Kexton transmitted, his voice no longer confident, what is the meaning of this? The human's response carried a different tone now, calm, professional, and utterly cold. I told you, Admiral, we're farmers. We just happen to farm something a little different than food. Across the planet's surface, massive structures continued emerging from underground installations. What the Zephyrians had mistaken for agricultural buildings were revealed as sophisticated manufacturing and research facilities. The farm equipment they'd detected were actually precision fabrication units, quantum computers, and communication arrays of staggering complexity. You see, Admiral, Governor Chen continued, while your forces have been fighting our military fleets, we've been growing something much more valuable down here, information, technology, and most importantly, she paused, and Kexton could almost hear the smile in her voice. Weapons. The surface installations began emitting synchronized energy pulses that painted the sky in brilliant blue light. Not weapons fire, something else entirely. What we've cultivated here isn't crops, Admiral. It's a quantum entanglement network that connects to every human installation, every ship, every outpost across known space, real-time communication, instant coordination, and complete tactical awareness. Kexton's worst fears crystallized as reports continued flooding in from across Zephyrian space. Military installations that had taken decades to build were vanishing in precisely coordinated strikes. Fleet positions that had been secret were being hit simultaneously across impossible distances. For the past 18 months, Chen explained conversationally, while you've been fighting what you thought was our military, our real strategists have been sitting in these simple farming communities, watching every move you made, cataloging every ship, every base, every weakness in your empire. The communications officer looked up with terror in his compound eyes. "Sir, we've lost contact with the hegemony capital. All outer colonies are reporting human fleets materializing from nowhere. They knew exactly where to hit us." "We've been cultivating patience, Admiral," Chen continued, "growing intelligence networks like prize-winning vegetables, nurturing technological breakthroughs in laboratories you thought were grain storage facilities, and we've been very, very careful gardeners." Kexthan's tactical display showed the devastating truth. In 18 months of war, the Zephyrians had been fighting a shadow, carefully orchestrated fleet actions designed to keep them busy while humanity's real military assets remained hidden. The farming colonies across human space weren't supporting the war effort by growing food. They were the war effort. Every agricultural world in human space is like this one, Admiral. Research stations, communication hubs, strategic command centers. You've been fighting our distractions while our farmers planned your defeat. The Zephyrian fleet's weapon system suddenly went offline, their targeting computers displaying error messages in human script. Even their life support began fluctuating as their systems were systematically compromised by signals from the planet below. "The harvest is ready, Admiral," Governor Chen announced, "and the crop we've grown is victory." In the space around Kepler 442b, massive human dreadnoughts began materializing from quantum slipspace, their hulls bearing the insignia not of military fleets, but of the Colonial Agriculture Cooperative. The war that had raged for 18 months ended not with a climactic battle, but with a simple farmer's declaration. "Kepler colony to all Zephyrian forces, you're trespassing on our land. Time to go home." 9 minutes later, the remnants of the Zephyrian hegemony requested terms of surrender. The galaxy learned a valuable lesson that day. Never underestimate human farmers. They might not be growing what you think they're growing,